Here's a note on immersion baptism. I was thinking about the difference between immersion baptism and a anointing or sprinkling baptism, where you put a little bit of liquid on somebody, or immersion is what I think it. I mean, Freud would say it's a symbolic death. It's kind of like waterboarding, and some of the early rabbis said that it reminds you of the value of life when you're kind of scared of drowning, which could happen if you go get dunked underwater. I think that there is a gendered aspect to these concepts that's worth trying to figure out. Bodies of water were seen to come from underground springs that the goddess was in charge of. The goddess is very associated with the water, so I think that immersion baptisms, especially if they were in underground areas sometimes, but also in rivers and stuff, I think those would have a feminine tint to them, whereas your anointing or sprinkling might have more of a masculine tint, since that seems to imply a more masculine aspect of fertility going on there with sprinkling. And this is interesting. I hope you find this interesting. I think that the Egyptian reliefs that have something called a cone hat, it's a cone. It's just what it sounds like. It looks like a cone hat made of white and red stuff on their head. They were it was perfume on top of their head that they were anointed with. It is the visual depiction of anointment, I think. And that might have a more masculine aspect, and immersion baptism might have a more feminine one. So we got one with perfumes, and we got one with cleansing. So I think that when we look about the Gospel of John, talking about waters and stuff, talking about the Spirit and stuff, talking about the Logos, those are all feminine concepts. And so he's really banging on the door of Gnosticism. gJohn, the author of the Gospel of John, really kind of Gnostic, and I think a very strong feminine element to that, implying. So I'd like to know what you think about my division between your masculine and feminine kinds of baptism.